You do not need to build the next OpenAI. You do not need to invent the next Ozempic. And you definitely do not need to launch a rocket company. Most people here get rich and picture a genius locked in a garage, inventing something the world has never seen. That's the wrong picture. The real move is simpler. Find an elevator that's already going up and step inside. Here's what that means. Every decade, a handful of massive, unstoppable shifts move through the economy, demographic, health, technological forces so large that no single person or company controls them. You don't have to build the elevator. You just have to notice which one is rising and get on before everyone else does. So today we're counting down 15 wealth-building trends set to reshape the next 10 years. Some will sound strange at first. Stick around, because the last 3 aren't exotic at all. They're ordinary tools that normal people are already using, either paying through the nose for them or getting rich before the crowd catches on. Let's start at 15. Number 15, zero-calorie food and the GLP-1 economy. For 100 years, the food industry was built on one assumption. People always want more. That assumption is now breaking, and it's breaking by prescription. 15 million Americans are currently on GLP-1 drugs, up from 1 million in 2020, with projections hitting 40 million by 2030. In the zip codes with the highest prescription rates, grocery purchases are already measurably dropping. Here's the twist most people miss. Lose your appetite, and you also lose the ability to get enough protein and micronutrients from 3 small meals. Wave 1 of this trend is supplements. One brand hit $108 million in revenue in its first year alone, on pace for $200 million. GLP, personal trainers now charge $400 an hour just to help clients keep the muscle they have left. Wave 2 is the real prize. Food companies racing to build the Coke Zero of everything: pasta, pizza, ice cream, that tastes completely real but costs the body nothing. Whoever nails eat as much as you want, gain nothing. First won't just launch a product. They'll build the fast food empire of the 2030s. Number 14, the loneliness epidemic. And the return of the third place. We've quietly swapped public life for private life, a bar for a solo walk, a club for an edible on the couch. 1 in 2 American adults says they feel lonely on a regular basis. 15% of men report 0 close friends, 5 times higher than 30 years ago. And loneliness now carries the same mortality risk as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Read that again. A feeling is now statistically as dangerous as a daily cigarette habit. So people are paying for structure. Membership-based, third places spaces that are neither home nor work are the fastest growing real estate category in major US cities. People hand over $200 to $5,000 a month for run clubs, retreats, and private clubs, just for a built-in reason to be around other humans. For everyone who'd rather skip the humans, a parallel digital economy is exploding. AI companion apps are already an estimated $300 billion a year industry, alongside a fast-growing market for robotics and digital intimacy tools, filling the same gap. Number 13. Increased longevity and a care economy rebuilt from scratch. Science isn't just extending life, it's reversing parts of aging, and whoever can afford it will live dramatically longer than everyone else. The richest 1% of American men already live 14.6 years longer than the poorest 1%. 10,000 Americans turn 65 every day, and the population over 80 will double in 15 years. That splits into 2 markets. At the top, a new tier of assisted living on-site clinicians, peptide protocols, hormone therapy, charging $30,000 to $50,000 a month. For everyone aging at home instead, a booming market in home modifications, fall detection tech, and in-home medical staff. Here's the surprise. The real customer usually isn't the aging parent. It's the adult child, happily paying a premium to make mom or dad safer and a little less stubborn. Even death is being rebuilt. Cremation has overtaken traditional burial and is projected to hit 82.3% by 2045. Forcing the $20 billion funeral industry to pivot toward cremation, composting, and digital memorials. Number 12's space-efficient sports and grown adults buying back their childhood. Climbing gyms, Pilates studios, martial arts clubs. These are identity factories now, selling a uniform, a schedule, and a group chat. Pickleball is the cleanest example. Fit 4 pickleball courts on 1 standard tennis court, and you've just quadrupled the booking revenue on the same real estate. Then there's kidding. Adults are now the fastest growing buyer group in the entire toy industry, snapping up Legos, Pokemon cards, retro games, plushies. It looks like nostalgia. It's closer to therapy, buying back the last stretch of life that actually felt safe and predictable. Number 11. Fewer kids and exponentially higher spending per kid. The era of 5 children helping run the farm is over. Today's parents have 1 child and manage that child's life like a board managing a company they're desperate to get into Stanford. All the fear, guilt, and disposable income that used to spread across 5 kids now lands on 1. An average of $310,000 per child from birth to 17. Before a single dollar of college, spent on sleep consultants, bilingual nannies, sensory toys, and child therapists. For people skipping kids altogether, dogs have filled the gap. The US pet industry just crossed $165 billion, growing faster than human healthcare. Sell safety, love, or relief from guilt to a parent or a dog owner. It doesn't matter which, and you can charge prices that would look irrational anywhere else. Number 10. Microschools and education running on a parallel track. An entire generation of parents treats public school like a free trial that expired years ago. Microschool enrollment has grown 400% since 2020, now serving 1.5 million students. Parents pay $15,000 to $40,000 a year for customized microschools, $500 to $2,000 a month for AI tutoring, and $30,000 to elite admissions consultants. What they actually want is a custom operating system for their kid math from a specialist, discipline from martial arts, socialization from anywhere but a cafeteria. This parallel education economy is growing 20% a year. Number 9. The new defense economy. For 30 years, the West lived inside a fantasy that global peace was permanent. Ukraine, Gaza, the Red Sea, that fantasy is gone. Global defense spending hit somewhere between $2.6 and $2.9 trillion in 2025. And 5% of GDP on the military is quickly becoming the norm, not the exception. You're not going to outbuild Lockheed Martin, and you shouldn't try. The opportunity lies in being the barnacle on the whale, supplying private security technology, infrastructure support, and the unglamorous operational tools a trillion-dollar spending wave needs by the truckload. Number 8. Climate-resistant, independent homes. As fires, floods, and grid failures stop being rare and start being expected, homeowners have a financial reason to disconnect from infrastructure they can no longer trust. This isn't the old off-the-grid movement. It's building a parallel system that works whether the grid does or not. US residential solar has tripled in a decade. Roughly half of new installations now include backup batteries, and heat pumps are outselling gas furnaces. Wealthy homeowners aren't buying slightly better plywood anymore. They're buying entirely new materials to protect the house and keep insurance premiums from spiraling. Number 7. The ultra-rich economy. Wealth at the very top is expanding faster than at any point in recorded history. But the real money isn't in selling the yacht. It's the boring layer underneath. Staffing it, managing the smart home, shipping the fine art, curating the diet for the wellness retreat. The luxury being sold today isn't something you can photograph. It's discretion, trust, and the total removal of anything annoying from a billionaire's day. Number 6. The explosive growth of video games. Gaming is now bigger than movies, music, and books combined, and it's quietly rewiring a generation's brain for work. Oh, their generation see a controller and think waste of time. Heavy industry looked closer and saw kids who'd spent a decade mastering complex skill trees and split-second reflexes, so they started hiring them to pilot drones and run heavy machinery remotely. You'd assume traditional sports still dominate attention. They don't. The 2K25 NBA Finals peaked around 10 million viewers, while a single League of Legends final pulled almost 100 million. And simulation games, farming, trucking, flight sims are doing something sneakier still. Every hour played quietly trains AI to perform those exact real-world jobs. Number 5. Real-world bridges for AI agents. AI has stopped being a novelty chatbot. It's becoming a background utility, like electricity. The actual money isn't in building a bigger, smarter general AI. It's in building the narrow bridge that lets AI touch the real world and finish one specific, annoying job start to finish. An agent that does nothing but negotiate medical bills down, fight parking tickets, file construction permits, or chase leads to book a plumber. The moment agents like that are legally allowed to transact on someone's behalf, their value doesn't creep up, it jumps. Number 4. The electricity demand squeeze. Everyone's staring at the shiny future data centers, EVs, AI, while ignoring the aging grid underneath it all. Built back when the most advanced device in a house was a toaster. Demand is climbing exponentially. Cooling equipment is in short supply, and the waitlist for a utility-scale transformer now runs over 5 years. This is the largest infrastructure build-out since the 1930s, and almost nobody under 30 is paying attention. An 18-year-old who skips college to become a line worker will likely retire wealthy before their college-educated friends finish paying off student loans. Right now, electrical contractors are quietly pulling in millions in pure profit. Number 3. The renting forever lifestyle. The American dream used to be owning a home. For a huge share of the country, it's quietly shrunk down to just getting your security deposit back. Home prices are up nearly 50% since 2020, pushing the median age of a first-time buyer to 40 compared to 28 a few decades ago. While hedge funds buy up entire suburbs specifically to rent them back to the people who used to be able to buy them. Renting used to be the waiting room. Now it's the destination for millions, permanently creating a whole tier of what used to be rich person problems for regular renters. Portable furniture, financial products for people who'll never build home equity, and community services that make a temporary neighborhood feel like a real one. Number 2. The self-storage boom. Modern life doesn't sit still. People move constantly. Apartments keep shrinking, and half the country seems to be running an e-commerce side hustle out of a spare bedroom. And there's one thing nobody admits out loud. We are emotionally incapable of throwing our stuff away, so we pay to keep it instead. The US self-storage market is worth $48 billion and has grown for 30 straight years without a single down year, recessions included. A $2 million facility can throw off $250,000 a year in pure cash flow. Storage itself has gone upscale too. Real money now in climate-controlled storage for wine, art, and sneakers, plus cold storage for pharmaceuticals and biotech. And number 1, super health at home. 10 years ago, hyperbaric chambers, cold plunges, red light therapy, and continuous glucose monitors belonged exclusively to Olympic athletes and billionaires. Today, they're sitting in ordinary garages. But here's the actual opportunity, and it's not what you'd expect. It's not the hardware, which is already being commoditized. The real money is in translating an overwhelming pile of biological data into one simple instruction a normal person can actually follow. The winners of the next decade won't be the ones selling the device. They'll be the ones that take someone's metabolic state, sleep state, and focus state, and turn all of it into, here's the one thing to do today, without burying them in a spreadsheet of their own biology. So here's the actual playbook underneath every trend on this list. Don't build the next Ozempic, build the service that catches everyone already on it. Don't build the next OpenAI, automate one specific, painful, real-world task AI can finally touch. Don't rebuild the power grid, become the contractor who gets paid to install the upgrade. The wealth was never really in the invention. It's in the friction around the invention, and that friction is wide open right now. One bonus trend before we go, because it might end up the biggest on this list. Mind gyms. Short-form content has wrecked attention spans on a scale we don't fully have language for yet, and a brand new category is forming in response. Physical spaces built purely to slow the mind down. 100 years ago, paying money to lift heavy metal objects until you were sore would have sounded insane. That's a gym today, and nobody blinks. Paying to sit in a quiet room and do absolutely nothing sounds just as insane right now. Give it a few years. As the doom-scrolling hangover gets worse, spaces built to lower your mental RPMs and force a real digital detox are going to become one of the most profitable categories nobody saw coming. 15 trends, 1 elevator each. You don't need to invent a single one. You just need to notice which one is already rising and step on before the doors close. Which one of these do you think hits first? And which one would you actually build a business around? Drop it in the comments. If this saved you from chasing the wrong trend, hit subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.